Yes, welcome back to my channel. Once again, today we are going to learn what the different errors in Excel. Number one is what we call the hash error. The hash error occurs as a result of your numbers being not fitting in a given column. So for example, we have one here, by using this hashes because the column width is too small for them. So what we do, we just come to auto fit with it. How do you auto fit with it? You auto fit with it by coming to this column and selecting it. And when you select it, then you do what we call the double tap. You move your arrow and it comes to make a plus. And when it makes a plus, you double click and there the error is rectified. That is what we call the hash error. Now, the second error in Excel is the error which arises as a result of dividing a given number by 0. So for example, here we have the average. The average here we are saying that we are going to get average of times test 1 and test 2 and times test 3. Now what happened is that I was writing C2, cell C2, cell C2 and cell E2 with the cell B7. What was cell B7? Let's check. Cell B7 has no value. That means in Excel to recognize that 0. So, and it was a count for the number of tests for science. So here, when we come to equals count and we put equals count, then we say count from science B2. Then after highlighting, it makes those highlights. Then use shift key. After pressing the shift key, use the right navigation arrow. The right navigation arrow and move like this. So that arrow which is moving to your right hand. Then you move, you highlight the 3. So when you highlight the 3, you close, shift, close, and when you close, put enter, and it comes to 3. So you realize that our error has been rectified because this one was a 0 value. Now it has turned out to be 3 because it signifies that you have 3 tests. So when you get the averages of the 3 tests, here you get 75.33 for it here. So when you drop down our formula down here by using the autofill handle, so this is the autofill handle that is black sign. So when you drag it down, you realize that you realize that our value is not changed. So that means there is some error again. Where does the error come from? There is what we call relative cell reference and absolute cell reference. So when you check here, this formula here we put here. The formula we put here has divided by 7. But you realize that these arrows, these rows are shifting from this row, they come to this row, from this row. So you realize that now they shift from this row to this row, then they go down this row, then this row, as the function is dragged down. So realize that also our B7, which is this one, is also changing. Yet we have to stay fixed that it is 3. So what we do, we fix it. You come to your formula bar and you shift and then use your left arrow going to the left side. So that navigation arrow to the left helps you highlight. When you highlight, then you press F4. When you press F4, it automatically references it absolutely. In a way that now you can now say enter. And now the function, we can now drag the function down. So when you drag the function down using our autofill handle, so come to this autofill handle and you tap down, you realize that now the things are okay. So why? Because you have to make sure that this is fixed, a fixed value for all these calculations, so that when I drag down the formula, this value does not change. That's why we fix it using the dollar sign and we press F4. Let me hope that was a good one for you to learn. So the next error in Excel, apart from the hash error, the D error, we have the hash name error. Where does the hash name error come from? Could you predict what could be the cause for this? So let's look at the formula and see what was wrong with it. So realize that we have an add. Yet in the functions, when the formulas of Excel, you never see anything like add. Let's try to see that. So when you put in add, it does not recognize it. It gives you address what. So you see the function, isn't it? So let's try to put sum and you see S-U-M. It recognizes this function as sum, so you see that blue thing is the recognition for that function, and when you press enter, it gives you the value. So you realize that the hash name arises as the result of the Excel application not recognizing your function. So the function or the text in the formula is not recognized as a function. That's why it brings that one, that error. So when you have rectified this by putting the correct name of the function, it has given us the correct data. So now we can now highlight down. So we can use our autofill handle to drag our formula down, and we get the correct values. So that is what we call the hash what? The hash name. So that is what we call the hash name. So the next of those is the one what we call the hash reference. So the hash reference, let's say for example, I am going to fix, for example, after this test, let me fix, highlight, insert. So then I insert, okay, let me delete it, let me put it. So let me say for example I did this one, then I come to this average cell, then I highlight and then I insert behind it, then I put mathematics. So let me say this is math, and then I put maybe for example 90, 99, 89, 98, 88. So let's for example the kids passed well that mathematics. So when we come to this one, you realize that when I drag this side and I say, for example, I want to get the difference between math and science, and we see how the kid is good at balancing. Yeah? So we get the difference between the subjects. So we can say equals, let me say for example I begin with the math, subtract the average of science. So when we press enter we get the 14. So then we drag our formula down. So dragging our formula down, it gives us that. So we realize that some of those kids are not good at balancing. So they have very great differences between their marks. So when we come here and we say, for example, we want to delete this arrow from which we placed mark, then we say delete. Then right click and then we say delete. You get what we call the hash reference. The hash reference as a result of a function lacking what it was already allocated. So when you delete one of the sources of the data for which the function was determined, it gives you the hash reference. So how do you rectify that? You rectify that by giving the appropriate data for that function. So the hash reference means that the device invalid cell reference error. It means that what you were using to get the values for which to calculate that function are now missing. So let me hope you have understood that one. So what you do have to replace back that data. So let me say for example I come here, then I say insert, then I put back the mathematics. So then I put back the what? The mathematics. So this is the mathematics, and then I put back those 99, those 89, those 90s, and those 98, and then 88. So this is F, then we come back. So, and then you rectify it. So come and backspace, then you come and put math, then enter. So realize that now the hash list is gone. So this is what we call the hash list error. So let me hope you have seen that. So then we have some of these errors here. So you can see some of these errors. They are saying that the formula in this cell refers to a range that has adjacent numbers to it. So the ranges which we are calculating the total has some other cells near them. Now, for example, from C2 to E2, there is also an F2 which has mathematics, and I think that those are adjacent cells for which they have the same numbers. So what you do, you come here and you just say, you can update to include the cells, or you can, so when you include that means they include for you mathematics, or you can just say, I may not will for that. You just come here and you say ignore the error. So then you rectify that. So let me hope we have learned that. So those are some of the ways that you can work on that. So similarly here you can come and just so you say ignore the error, because they are adding more functional layout or cells we have not wanted. For example, for us we wanted C2 up to E2, but the function is saying that we add extra because there are some adjacent cells near that range. So for us, we are saying no, we don't need that. So, but if you feel like the computer is in the right state, then for you just adjust it with suggestions. So these are some of the ways we can adjust this error. So that's all. So let me hope you have picked up how to adjust that. So that is how we can adjust that. You can ignore the error, or you can see how you adjust with what it's suggesting. So that is another error for that. Yes, another error that you can find in Excel. We can now move to hash any stock there. This one here. So we have that error there. So for us, we can now shift and move, and then we can see one of those errors here. So that error happens when you're using the VLOOKUP function, and it occurs when the VLOOKUP does not find what you are looking for or what you want it to look for. So for example here, from the list of the people this side, from the list here, we have Lydia, Joshua, Harriet, Musa, James. Now when you come to my list here, I already have Harriet, Joshua, then Mario, of whom was not there. So when you put our function here, it's a VLOOKUP function, and then we try to drag it down, you realize that you get that error. And also, that error is brought as a result of that individual being not found by the what? By the function in the people we listed the other side. So how do you rectify that? So you just come here and use another function that rectifies for error. It's called the if error. I think that if error down, that one. So we can have if error. If there is error, then we can now shift close. So we're just adjusting on our function we typed in last time. Then from there, then you double quote. Then you have that. So come here, shift, double quote. Then you say person, absent or not present. Person not present. Or you can say person not available. So it depends on what you want it to effect out. So there I can now close my quotations, and then I close the function. So then I can now shift end. So I think that now it says person not available. That means the person is not in my database, or is not in my data that I've already rectified. So that's how we can correct for that function. So use the generalizer, and that is the if error function. And I think you have learned how to use that if error function. So that is how we do it. So you can also use if not. You can also use if not available. You can also use if not available, if not A. So that is also another one you can use there, and you still get the same information. So for you, if you like, you love to use if not available, or you love to use if not if error. So you have either way. So I hope you have learned that. So here you can have the use of if not A, that one. You can use that one, the one I've highlighted it, or you can use this one here, if error. Okay, then you still get the same value. So let me hope you have learned, let me hope you have enjoyed. I remain Isaac Newton. So nice day. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe. Be blessed as you do so. To the God, to Him who made the heavens, be the glory now and forever. I remain Isaac Newton. Bye bye.